Welcome back, everybody, to Triton Cup 61. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. The one and only grand finals between the two, not only Titans, but the two rivals of this tournament, Potager and Sweepy Tooth. My name is Bio. I'm joined here by Matt. And we are going to be bringing you the most hyped set of this entire tournament. So get loud, get some snacks, and
I don't know if
get
they can
comfortable.
get loud by him.
Well, okay. Oh, okay. Well, you screwed up my hype, man. You screwed up my hype. What are you doing? But yeah, okay, yeah, we're gonna be starting it out here on Spladzone's Hagglefish Market. We've seen this come up before on stream, but what?
The little intro.
You are a commentator for Dapple Productions. You have. I guarantee you have seen that before.
No, I haven't. That's new. Anyways,
Not
going
new.
into this, we have some very similar comps that we've seen throughout this tournament. We do see Hermit on that brush. Trying to flank a lot is going to be really good for them going into this. They already have to touch Gorilla, but 2 down on the side of Sweepy Tooth. That's going to be really huge. 3 down on the side of Sweepy Tooth. And Potager is taking the zone right away.
Yeah, just instantly going for an explosive fight here, and Potager is already all the way in Sweepy Tooth's spawn, but it is not going to last too long as 2 go down on the side of Potager. Sweepy Tooth trying to find a way in, and honestly, already playing pretty aggressively. That Sam Shot throw is unfortunately not going to get any value, but and actually are going to end up with Sweepy Tooth losing some of its members, but Mickey's trying to squid back to dodge the wiper shots, but it's not quite gonna work. And honestly, it's just a long out skirmish into mid, both sides losing players, but it is gonna be Potager once again on top, and Sweepy Tooth only having Daybreak alive, or Hermit as they come back. And actually, this is just once again a back and forth fight between both teams. Potager being forced back by Sweepy Tooth's amount of specials, but it's just back and forth like I'm saying, and Potager get quite a few picks onto Sweepy Tooth. They do have zone secured at the moment, and Potager are just really being able to salvage whatever happens in this fight. Sure, they lose zone, but it's never flipped. And so throughout this long, drawn out, scrappy skirmish, Potager have already leaned it down all the way to 30, and Sweepy Tooth are none the wiser.
You see that pick off from Hermit, and the countdown is going down there. The stamper gets taken out there, and they just have down to these last 10. Sweepy Tooth, they really want to rush it right now. They're 1 down, and this is their chance, going right in that zone, capping it at 1. They're trying to paint it. 3 go down on the side of Potager, and 3 go down on the side of Sweepy Tooth, and they keep it up. And the zap on the side of Sweepy Tooth is the last remaining player as they're respawning, and Sweepy Tooth is staying in the game.
Yeah, just at the last second flipping that, and of course that mutual wipeout has got to be a very fitting way to start off this set. These two teams are really fighting for control of these grand finals, but it is going to be once again a trade coming out. It is not going to stay a trade for long as Mickey gets 2, and it's only Daybreak left alive on the side of Sweepy Tooth. Potager is going to be able to move in. The Dewey gets picked. The E-leader gets a pick onto Daybreak, and that is going to be a finalized delayed wipeout on the side of Sweepy Tooth. We're seeing their members be really isolated and get picked off 1 by 1. And Potager, even though they have a whopping 40 points of penalty remaining, that's still gonna go by fast. And with Potager popping the specials that they are getting, the picks that they have, that Crapton getting 2 with the indirects, the Dooley gets a 3rd. This is really dangerous for Sweepy Tooth. Potager is already down to just 10 points of penalty. They need to go now if they want to flip this zone. They're going to be moving in with this Inkstorm, but just 1 point left. They took way too long there at the end, and after a lot of trades, a lot of crappy fights, it is going to be Potager coming out on top here, taking game 1 with a convincing knockout at the end and securing game 1 for themselves.
And that's going to be a great game for Potager to start off the set. Immediately going down to 1. Sweepy Tooth trying to hang on for dear life, but it just wasn't exactly enough. Potager taking game 1, and Sweepy Tooth is going to have the counter pick, and they really want to pick something that they're good at because they want to get a really good winning streak going, or Potager is really just going to take over.
Yeah, this is honestly pretty reminiscent of what we saw in winners finals between these two teams. Potager is really dangerous. If you give them an inch, they'll take it a mile, and they're really showing that off on that Hagglefish game. I mean, sure they lost they lost that knockout opportunity, but they just brought it back, and they got such a convincing hold there at the end, grinding it all the way down to that knockout from 50 plus points remaining. And Sweepy Tooth fell victim to a lot of the same mistakes that it showed off in winners finals. So if they want to try and get a chance of making it not only through this set but also through through a bracket reset, they're going to need to reflect a lot on the mistakes that they made, not only this set but the winners final set, if they want to analyze and adapt to Potager's playstyle. But they do not have too much time for that, as they have now selected their next counter pick. Splat zones on Mako. We saw this in the last set, so Sweepy Tooth probably have a bit, definitely have some recent experience with this map under their belt.
I mean, we saw them play this video last set, so bringing them back is going to be pretty critical. They're really with that. They played before recently, but then they're going to be warmed up. So I feel like this is going to be really good for them going into this next matchup. But Potager, they're not going to let them win so easily, so they need to be ready as we are starting this game off.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing them come straight back in once again. Wait, no, actually, there is a composition change on the side of Sweepy Tooth. We're going to be seeing Hermit switch onto the splatter shot, actually. Not something I expected at all. And Potager actually switching out to some even stranger weapons. Clash Blaster, Tenacerella Brella, the Tri-Stringer. Wow, this is definitely something I was not expecting on either side, but it does seem to actually be working somehow for Potager as they take zone, get some clear picks onto Sweepy Tooth, and start getting a bit of an advantage. But it's not going to last too long as Kito gets a clean pick onto the Clash Blaster player on the side of Potager, manages to live there. The Potager do have the Killer Whale online, as well as that Trizuka, which is going to get a pick onto Kito. Fantastic push in, but the Suction Bomb picks the bladder shot, and they actually have a 2-Zuka set up. I actually just noticed this. Potager is running a triple Trizuka composition, which is definitely a sight to see.
And just the comp change is crazy. The Bow and Clash Blaster coming out along with the Tenebrella. You don't see that every day in a grand final set of a mid-high level tournament here. And we do see that Zap trying to take control. Sweepy Tooth getting a really good control here. And as the time is ticking down here, they're not going down there. The members of Potager is just trying to paint the zone here. They get the pick off with Kito, which is going to be huge there. That Bow is trying to do whatever they can to paint the zone. And they're trying with those Zukas coming in. The Zukas are flying in here. 2 down on the side of Potager. And no, on the side of Sweepy Tooth, the Potager takes control, which is going to be really good for them. But the knot on the side of Sweepy Tooth is still there. So is the Wiper, and now the Zap, and they are trying their best to paint, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing.
Yeah, Sweepy Tooth, definitely not going to be disrespected by Potager with this really, I mean, I don't want to call it bad, but I mean, if they got a Clash Blaster in grand finals of a tournament, you're definitely cooking up something, and it's not of the good kind. And we are seeing the consequences of that as Sweepy Tooth honestly do a great job securing this daybreak with a nice pick onto the Tri-Stringer. It is going to leave Potager without a backline to back them up. The Hermit is going to get a clean pick onto the shop player, and that is going to be just 10 points remaining for Sweepy Tooth. They can definitely knock this out right now, and they just ping. Yes, they will, and that is going to be game 2 going to Sweepy Tooth after a very I'm sorry, folks. I haven't.
That was a plot twist. We
Yeah,
just saw.
I haven't seen a Clash Blaster in any, honestly, in any set I've commentated in a good while. So do excuse my skepticism for Potager's strategy.
Coming into this, maybe they just wanted to counterpick that badly. I don't know.
mean, who knows? Maybe they'll whip out something. Maybe these players are really trying to push Clash Blaster into the high level scene. Really show the competitive community what it can do and what it can pull off. I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry. There is no conceivable way as to why they would go Clash Blaster there, and we saw the consequences of that. I mean, it shocked Sweepy Tooth at the beginning of the game a little bit, but they just quickly adapted to that, and that gave Sweepy Tooth the win. So I don't really know what Potager's end goal is here, but switching to such an unorthodox comp, game 2 of a grand finals cannot spell anything pretty.
And now we're going in for Brinewater, which, Potager can really lock them out here. I think whoever teams locks out here, I think that's going to be really good for them. So I feel like maybe they just wanted that counter pick to change it up a little bit, go for a map that has an easier lockout, lock them out and win the game. Maybe that's what they want to do here.
Yeah, just maybe. We have seen Brinewater prove itself to be an extremely aggressive and lockout heavy map like we've mentioned before, as we've seen it on this stream. So maybe Potager is going for that. They do definitely have that top heavy playstyle that this map favors. So I can definitely see them going that route. But I mean, if they were that desperate to counterpick this, that they would go that composition, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, let's get that out of our head, because I am curious to see if Potager is going to be going back to their original composition now that we're on their counterpick.
Well, I mean, so let's just see what we can see going in for this. I mean, they're picking their weapons, so I mean, we could be seeing another crazy comp, or we could be seeing them use more meta weapons. You never know, and we're actually going to see right now what they're going to be picking. If they're going to be going for crazier comp and go for Tenebra, Clash, and Bow, or are they going to be going for something more their style? And we do actually see the S+, so definitely a little bit better weapons mechanic-wise. But S+ coming in here along with the dualies, it's going to be really interesting to see how these dualies play out.
I mean, honestly, Potager is bringing out some pretty unorthodox picks here. I mean, S+ is definitely not a bad weapon by any means, but I am still really skeptical. I mean, to be fair, Miki was their range blaster player, so maybe they want to experiment with it. But I don't know if Grand Finals is the place to do so, and we are seeing them actually pull it off really well as they get a clean wipeout onto Sweepy Tooth and set up really well on their plat, with the E-leader getting a clean snipe onto Echo, and oh my goodness, and that Trizuka gets 2, leaving only the splatter shot. He's gonna get picked as well. There is no Trizuka, and now Potager is in a fantastic spot to hold this. Just 30 points remaining, and Potager is going to be on match point, and the E-leader is not letting them go anywhere. But Hermit snuck behind. But they're not painting, and they lost the opportunity with that Trizuka. I don't think they should have popped Trizuka there. That was a huge missed opportunity. They could have flipped it, but that is going to be 3 down on the side of Sweepy Tooth once again, just sticking with that spawn camp. And Potager takes a swift and dominant game 3 knockout, putting them at not only match point, but tournament point.
And a really, really fast game. I mean, they locked them out, and that was it. So maybe they really did want that counter pick. Maybe they really just wanted to play Brinewater. You never know.
Yeah, I guess they were really, really confident about playing in this one. So, who knows? Potager has been surprising us quite a bit, and honestly, I was really glad to see that Espas come out. I mean, I don't know if they were memeing. I don't think they were, because Espas is a really viable pick, especially for a range blaster like Miki. I'm really happy that we got to see Espas once again, because it did see a bit of a fall off since its introduction. And actually in favor of some other blasters such as the vanilla blaster, the rapid blasters, or also range blaster like we saw Miki play earlier in this tournament. But so it is definitely nice to see it come out even if it's just for this one game. We don't know what Potager will switch it up for the next games, but it was definitely nice. It's really nice to see range blaster players bring it out every once in a while and show that it is still a pretty strong main weapon.
Going into this, they really want to think about their counter pick here. Like, this is their last chance, and even if they do win this, Potager has that counter pick for game 5. So no matter what, it seems like Potager is really in a fine spot. They know what they're doing here, and Sweepy Tooth really needs to be careful, because even if they win this game that's in their favor, they have to go on Potager's map next.
Yeah, and
that's Manta Maria.
Yeah, it is going to be Manta Maria. We finally got the counter pick set up from Sweepy Tooth. We saw this bring them out, right? In winners finals, Sweepy Tooth brought this. This was Sweepy Tooth's first counter pick against Potager, possibly to try and counter that range blaster that they had in that set. So they might be trying to replicate some of that advantage that they found in that earlier winners bracket set. But could just be me. Maybe Potager have a secret strategy to bring out some even more wacky weapons to deal with Sweepy Tooth like they just did on Brinewater.
Yeah, so they really want to think. They want to think about their weapons. They want to think what they're going here, because if they even just one little mistake could really cost them this game. And we've seen how well Potager has been doing at locking out, so they need to really be on high alert. Especially, they have to watch when they're flanking, because if they mess up the flank and they go one down, that's a 4v3. Potager's 100% gonna take that. Just wipe out the other members of Sweepy Tooth, take control of their base, and win that game. So Sweepy Tooth really needs to be careful here.
Yeah, for sure. Sweepy Tooth, they really need to step it up right now. They are really riding on a wave of pressure. They need to get this win if they want to stay in the tournament. But Potager, they're honestly taking it in stride. Bringing out the Luna Blaster Neo. I mean, not a bad weapon by any means. But
I mean,
still,
the face caught me off guard, The face caught me off.
Very wacky. Miki really getting very creative with some of the blasters that they pull out, and we're going to be seeing how well it deals with one of the flanks on that far side. They are going to be able to deal with Keto after a trade, but Miki gets a clean pick out to Daybreak. It is a trade, though, not what you want to see. But Echo with that crab tank is going to pressure that shop there on the side of Sweepy Tooth really well, setting the rest of their team up for a nice team fight win. The last member of Sweepy Tooth is going to fall off the map. Very unfortunate, but Potager is already just crawling all over Sweepy Tooth's base.
And now going into this, they have the control that they need, but Sweepy Tooth is pushing right back in there, getting the pick with that Zuka is going to be huge there. And it looks like Sweepy Tooth trying to take back control. Both teams are 2 down. They are able to get the cap, but they go 3 down there, and that's going to be really risky here. The T-Tech getting another pick there. The Wiper just barely holding on, but they do get taken out there, and Potager trying to lock them back, and we do see that T-Tech taking these really aggressive plays.
Yeah, Potager really going for it, especially because that Luna Blaster really requires a a certain pace of play that's pretty difficult to pull off. But we are seeing Potager doing that. The use knife with the double, really finessing the rest of the members of Sweepy Tooth. But behind their back, Sweepy Tooth does come in and flip the zones, putting quite a bit of penalty onto Potager. That is not quite going to be what they were expecting. 2 down on the side of Potager. They are going to be coming back though, and they still have the zone secure. They're going to be burning past that penalty quite quickly. Just 8 points remaining is going to allow them to extend their lead for as long as they can keep that area locked down. But the tactical lure coming out from Sweepy Tooth is going to maybe throw away their plans if they can get enough picks. The Luna Blaster Neo tries to get some AoE damage onto the Wiper, but it's not going to happen. Keto is not letting anything past them. Mercury and Akka, the last 2 alive on the side of Potager, are going to get picked off, and that is going to be Sweepy Tooth finally breaking past, getting the zone, and with no penalty to burn through, they are free to burn past, to burn as many points as they'd like and get a swift lead switch.
And now coming in here, we do see that blaster being taken out there. Sweepy Tooth has that lead there. There comes that crowd from Potager trying to paint their zone. We do see the jump coming in here. And the members of Sweepy Tooth are just trying to get it out of the way. But the flake coming in here, taking them out the shot with the flake. That's going to be huge here. Down to 25 for Sweepy Tooth. And more to come as the T-Tech trying to take out that Wiper. And it looks like they're going to trade here. But more happening over in their base there. The Dualies rushing in on that zone. The knock goes down there. And we do see either they're painting that zone, and they do get the cap just in time. 2 down, 3 down on the side of Sweepy Tooth, 2 down on the side of Potager, and they're trying to get this zone as much as possible. There goes that wave bait here, trying to throw them off a little bit. Here comes those tri-strikes, trying to displace them. And now Potager needs to lock out now, or if Sweepy Tooth really moves back in here, they can take the lead.
Yeah, but with a minute 30, this is actually kind of late in the game. Potager really needs to bring this back, but Mickey is bringing that in stride. Gets a clean trade with the splatter shot. That is a net positive for Potager, but their dualies go down, and it's going to be a quick flip on the left zone and a quick flip on the right zone as well. With so many members going down on the side of Potager, Sweepy Tooth are going to quickly switch the advantage state, and with 60 seconds remaining are as cool as cucumbers, just holding down this zone and trying to keep Potager from getting anywhere near it. But just as I say, that clean pick from the crab tank onto the Zuka is going to throw a wrench into Sweepy Tooth plans, especially as their Nautilus and their Wiper go down as well. The Zuka is going to try to stall things out a little bit, but without any picks to back it up, is going to fall short. 30 seconds remaining, and zone for Potager is now in effect. The dudes are looking to flank on the left side right now. Echo looking to paint for that cooler is going to be maybe the opportunity that Sweepy Tooth was looking for to maybe force onto the zone, but the tri-strikes are going to get 2, get 3. It's only Daybreak left alive. They're going to be hunted down by Usenight. It is going to be a pick onto Daybreak, maybe not, but it's still a big problem for Sweepy Tooth, especially as they go 2 down. It's only the Zap player alive. All they need to do is get the pick on the Zap player. That's going to be a wipeout, and that is going to be a last second cap for Potager, which gets them the team fight win, the zone cap, the lead switch, the set, and of course the tournament. So congratulations to your Triton Cup 61 champions, Potager.
What an amazing display that we saw from Potager. What a great... I mean, just... We saw how well, even when Sweepy Tooth, they had that advantage for so long, especially during that last minute, and then all of a sudden, it flipped at Potager. They took control, and they did what they needed to do. They needed to go into a little bit of overtime, but guess what? That worked out for them, and they took the game, and they took the tournament. Triton Cup, number 61.
So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. We hope you all got to see some fantastic sets. But before you go, I have a very important question for you, Matthew. Aside from this Dapple Productions stream, tell us, where can we find you?
You can find me anywhere at Matthew Mega. I'm always around, and I'm always commentating a lot for Dapple Productions, and sometimes you even see me on IPL. Now, where can they find you, Bio?
Well, you can all find me on Twitter at bio__29, and of course in other Dapple Production tournaments. I'm a regular caster here. And, of course, we can't forget our wonderful streamer, Brownie. Thank you so much for delivering such wonderful stream quality for all of us to enjoy. And, of course, to all you viewers for supporting Dapple Productions in yet another fantastic Triton Cup. We hope you all had a ton of fun today. I know I had. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we hope you all come back for future Dapple Production tournaments. Bye-bye.